asked away.
Raelee, how big did that ball look today for you?
Oh, it felt like a beach ball, if I'm being honest.
Just kind of what went into today with you? Why was it so easy? I mean, hitting looked pretty simple today.
I think we just took it like one pitch at a time. I stayed with my plan, and I just swung. I wanted to help my team out, so did that.
How much of yesterday carried over in today, do you think?
I built confidence from yesterday because I did pretty well yesterday. So just coming from that, it felt pretty good to keep the ball going.
Defensively, you were on fire too in the top of the sixth. Can you just talk about that play you made at first?
Every practice, Sandy always hits us hard balls, so it was just a regular routine play for me. So,
Raelee, when you hit the ball, the home run, were you kind of coaching it because it was really high? Did you have time to watch it and try to coach it?
Oh, I was blowing it the other way. I didn't want it to go foul. But yeah, me and Coach Linz we were blowing, making sure that baby stayed in.
Raelee, your teammate Shelbi Sunseri had another heck of a game. Can you just talk about the performance she had and how clutch she is for you all, not just at the plate, but obviously in the circle too?
Yeah, defense and offense, she just does amazing. And I think during the defense, it's what it carries to our offense. So she just pitches a game like perfectly, and I have like full faith in her always.
Raelee, have you ever hit a ball that went off the top of the foul pole like that? Pretty unique play, I think.
That was the first for me. But yeah, again, I was blowing. Like I did not know if that was going to go in or out. But yeah.
Raelee, two very strong victories. What's the key to keeping your edge over the next 24 hours to close it out Sunday?
Rest our bodies, go through film, just take it one pitch at a time. We can't overthink it too much. So simple.
Any other questions for Raelee? All right, thanks, Raelee.
Thank you.
All feel free to ask away. Any questions for Shelbi?
Shelbi, we'll talk about, the first batter hits a home run and then you seem to kind of recuperate pretty well after that.
Yeah, I think that we tried to throw a pitch that we know she can hit really well, and we tried to beat her with it. And I think that was one of the reasons that she hit it. Like she's a great hitter. And I think that after that, we kind of settled in and through our plan and our game and what works for me on the mound. And I just think that we went to a lot of drop ball, which is helpful because it gets a lot of ground balls. So I just think that when we let our defense work and, there's just really nothing that teams can do against us.
What is kind of the part with pitching with such a big league early, with all the atmosphere, you get the UCD, is there some challenging aspects to that?
I would say yes, but I just think that we did a really good job of coming out and getting on the board and really just attacking their pitcher. And I think when we do that and we get a lead, it's a lot easier as a pitcher to just go out there and throw our game and just let the defense work. And I think that after the first inning, that's kind of what coach told me to do, is just go out there and let my stuff work and let our defense play. And that's exactly what we did. We have some phenomenal plays on defense. And I just think that that's one of our strong suits on our team, the people we have in the field. So I just think that as a pitching staff, when we let our defense work, there's really nothing that teams can do against us.
Shelbi, the margin of victory this time was a lot bigger than, the two times you guys played during the year. And I remember Beth saying you guys had a lot of catching up to do to prepare for this team. What all went into the preparation for this? Because it was another just kind of walk in the park game today.
I think, as I said yesterday, there was we knew that we had to go straight back to work. There was no time to just kind of hang around and just enjoy the win that we got yesterday. We knew that we had to get back to work. And so I think that our coaches did a really good job of going in yesterday and watching their game that they played yesterday and just going up and watching film their hitters and studying their pitching. And I think that us as a team, we did the same. You know, several of us came in early this morning and watched film and just watched what the pitchers were going to do to us. And for me, I know our pitching staff watched their hitters and, you know, how to get them out and things that they hit well and things that they struggle with. And I just think that that's the really successful today was the fact that our coaches went to work last night and they were here, they were watching film till like all night. And I just think that they got here really early this morning to watch more film. And I just think that that's a huge thing. You have a coaching staff who puts in the work just as much as the players do. It's really good and it's really easy to be successful.
Is that just all that it is for the offense right now? Is that you guys have just put in so much work, it's finally clicking, or are you guys just in a really good groove right now, and the confidence is just so high?
I think it's a combination of both. You know, like after losing in the SEC tournament, we came back and we had a couple days to just work on us as individuals and work on us as an LSU offense, and we didn't have to work on preparing for anybody. And so I think that really helped us a lot, just being able to just come back and work on our swings individually and working one-on-one with coaches and just kind of putting in the work to just help us be successful. And I think that that's paid off. I think we came back and we went straight back to work and there was no, like, nobody was down on themselves. Like everybody just kind of, we got back up and we knew that we were going to be okay. And I think that's one of the biggest things is just to never stop fighting and never stop working. And that's exactly what our team does. I mean, all up and down the lineup, all 25 girls, 28 girls put in the work and really just go to work. And I think that's one of the things that's helping us be really successful right now.
Shelbi, because of the depth of the staff, not a lot of people make back-to-back starts. You must be very excited in terms of the confidence they have in you and the responsibility to come and take care of game two like you did yesterday.
For sure, we do. We have a really strong pitching staff, and I don't think that none of us knew who was throwing today. That's always a thing that coach always tells us like 30 minutes before the game. We never really know. And so I just think it's a blessing that she has confidence in me, and she has confidence in everyone on our staff. And I think that when we watched film, we went back and saw what they struggled with, and coach picks who pitches by the matchup and who's best at it. And I just think that that's one thing that she knew that I was going to roll a lot of ground balls today and get a lot of ground balls. And I think that's what our defense needed to do. As long as we just let our defense work, that it was going to be fine. And so it's a good feeling to know that she has confidence in me, but she has confidence in every one of our pitching staff. And I think us as a pitching staff together, we just have tremendous confidence in each other, and they have my backs all the time. And I know that we're all behind each other 100%.
I'm just so proud of the effort by our team today. So proud of our offense, literally 1 through 9. And then the defensive performance, there were some huge moments defensively, Shelbi on the mound, and just a big thank you to the Tiger fans. What an incredible moment to have the stadium full today and just have so many people supporting us. And I just think not just for today and how it felt, but just for this whole season, for this whole year and whatever, it was so cool to have it full today. So thanks to the Tiger fans.
Coach, in 2 games, you've had almost 30 hits, and I think it was 5 players today had 3 hits. But I think everyone is obviously going to remember Raelee's performance today. I mean, how locked in was she today?
She's a great player, and I think it's just taken some time for us we had to figure out how to even get her in this lineup early in the season, and now that she's getting consistent at bats, I think you're seeing the product of what we always knew we had. She's such a great player. She's so good defensively. You saw that today too, but she's a great hitter too. So once we were able to get her consistent at bats, you're seeing the performance of a player that we knew we had all along.
I remember before this regional, you were talking about how much preparation you would have to do for this team because you saw them so early in the year. How much of it was prepping leading up to yesterday's game? How much did you watch of their game yesterday? And I mean, honestly, how much prep went into it today? Because by the looks of things, it was a lot.
It's a lot. That's how we do it. I think, honestly, as a staff, that's what we're really good at. We're good at preparing our team. I think that's part of why we have the success that we do have this time of year, because I think that's somewhere where we excel. So if it's out there on film, we're going to watch it, and we're going to try to figure out how that translates to our team and how we can use that information to help our team perform.
Beth, Shelbi struggled this year. What do you attribute her breakout these last 2 games? What's been going on with her?
I think she looks great. So the difference, I'm not sure. I'm sure it has a lot to do with confidence. I think being the only All-American on the team, you get circled and rolled by and all those things every time. And I think that's a tough place to be. She never had a full season after the All-American year where she felt that, where everybody has a scouting report and a plan for you. So I think this is the first time she's really had to deal with that. And I think she's just figuring out how to be herself within that.
Coach, Summer doesn't get knocked around quite that bad. What was the thing that y'all did that was so successful?
Well, Summer is as talented as anybody in the game. She has pitched in big moments. She's won big games for them. She's won big games against us for them. So she's as good as anyone in the game. I have no idea the reason why it was different today. I think our team was just prepared and they did a great job. But Summer is a special pitcher, has been for them for years and years, and has had a spectacular career.
Coach, regional final, when you say it out loud, how does it sound?
It sounds great. I think it's the spot where our team wants to be. I think they, expect to be there, and I'm glad that they've been able to swing their way into it. They've done such a great job offensively.
Coach, what's the key of keeping your edge after two dominant victories like that? Some of the players just said we just need to go chill out, rest, and get away from the park. Is that the approach?
Yeah, this game is huge in the whole way this tournament is set up. You get to get so much more rest and prep, not having to play that game tonight. This Saturday win is a big key. And we've lost it and still managed to come back. So it's not just out of the question. We've lived that life too, about every way possible. But I think getting this win, getting to send our kids home for the day, getting them to rest, eat, all the things for the rest of the weekend.
Coach, did you have a similar feeling today after Amanda's hitting the first inning?
Repeat it.
Like yesterday, where you answered again, and of course she handed the bat over to everybody else in the first inning today.
Yeah, that was so big. I think it was just absolutely huge. Every time they did something, we were able to answer, and that is just a really deflating thing for the other team. So the fact that we're able to just keep doing that, just continue to put pressure on people and keep the momentum is huge, especially moving forward.